Imagine it's a quiet day. You look up at the sky, and without warning, something hits Earth. Not a plane, not a satellite. Something from deep space, moving so fast, no one even knew it was coming. That's exactly what happened on March 6, 2014, over the icy waters of the Bering Sea between Russia and Alaska. High in the atmosphere, a powerful explosion lit up the sky. Almost nobody on the ground saw it. There were no viral videos, no panicked news reports, but satellites did see it. And what they recorded has been puzzling scientists ever since. The object itself was small, maybe only 3 to 8 meters wide, but size doesn't always tell the whole story. When it slammed into Earth's atmosphere, it released energy estimated at 10 to 20 kilotons. That's comparable to a small nuclear bomb. If that blast had happened above a major city instead of a remote stretch of ocean, we would still be talking about it today as a disaster. Buildings could have been damaged, windows shattered for miles, people injured by flying glass. Instead, it detonated over empty water. No one was hurt, and for most of the world, it passed completely unnoticed. For scientists, though, this was a big deal. Something had come racing toward Earth, hit the atmosphere at incredible speed, exploded with huge energy, and then disappeared. No fragments were recovered, no warning was issued, no telescope had tracked it on the way in. All we had was a spike in satellite data and a bright flash in a place where almost no one was watching. What makes the 2014 Bering Sea event so strange is how little we know about where this object came from. Most of the time, when a meteor or asteroid hits Earth, we can at least reconstruct part of its path. The Chelyabinsk meteor in 2013, for example, was caught on hundreds of dash cams and security cameras. Its trajectory could be calculated after the fact. We know how fast it was going, where it came from, and roughly what it was made of. But this 2014 object, it seemed to appear from nowhere. Satellites only picked it up when it exploded. There were no earlier images, no advanced tracking, nothing to warn us. Its exact speed, its orbit, and its original location in space are still unclear. Scientists have tried to fit it into familiar categories. Maybe it was just a small asteroid, a natural space rock. Maybe it was a fragment of a comet, made of ice and dust. Some even wondered if it could have been space junk, like an old piece of a spacecraft or rocket. But none of these explanations line up perfectly with the data. Every possible answer leaves behind new questions. One idea is that this was a so-called mini-meteor, a very small asteroid that we simply don't see in our regular sky surveys. These objects are tricky. They're dark, tiny, and move fast. Our telescopes are good at spotting larger, city-killing asteroids long before they get here, but the smaller ones can easily slip through. They only reveal themselves when they hit our atmosphere and explode. And when they do, the energy they release can be shockingly large compared to their size. Still, that leaves us with an uncomfortable thought. This object got all the way to Earth without anyone noticing. Was it just a random rock passing through? Or could it have come from farther away? Maybe even from outside our usual neighborhood in the solar system. So far, no one can say for sure. The timing of this event makes it even more important. Just a year earlier, in February 2013, the Chelyabinsk meteor exploded over Russia. That one injured over 1,000 people and damaged thousands of buildings. It was larger than the Bering Sea object, and it blew up over a populated area, so the effects were dramatic and impossible to ignore. The 2014 impact was smaller and happened over water, but the energy involved was still huge. It was another reminder that even relatively tiny space rocks can pack enough punch to be dangerous. Events like Chelyabinsk and the Bering Sea explosion are case studies for scientists. They use them to better understand how many near-Earth objects are out there and how often they hit us. Surveys like Atlas and other sky-watching projects are being built and upgraded to spot threats days, weeks, or even months before impact. But here's the unsettling part. Despite all that technology, this object still came in completely under the radar. We had no idea it was on a collision course until it exploded. That's what makes this story so haunting. It shows just how much of our cosmic environment is still invisible to us. Earth moves through a universe filled with rocks, ice, dust, and debris. Most of it misses us. Most of what does hit is tiny and burns up harmlessly in the atmosphere. But every once in a while, something larger comes in, big enough to register as an explosion, big enough to cause damage if it hits in the wrong place. And sometimes, like in 2014, we don't see it until it's already over. Scientists continue to study the Bering Sea event using all the data they have, satellite readings, atmospheric measurements, and comparisons with other similar explosions. But without physical pieces of the object, the investigation hits a wall. If they had fragments, they could analyze the minerals or ice and learn whether it was a comet chunk, a rocky asteroid, or something else entirely. Instead, they are piecing together clues from energy, height of the explosion, and modeling. And even after years of analysis, the exact nature of the object remains unknown. Some think it was likely a small asteroid made of rock and metal, dense enough to survive deep into the atmosphere before blowing apart. Others argue it could have been a fragile, icy piece of a comet that vaporized almost completely. The most honest answer, though, is simple. We don't know. And that uncertainty is what keeps this event alive in scientific discussions. A little cosmic mystery that refuses to give up its secrets. The explosion also raises bigger questions about our readiness for future impacts. Space agencies like NASA track thousands of near-Earth objects, but they tend to focus on the larger ones, the ones capable of wiping out entire regions or worse. Smaller objects like the 2014 visitor are much harder to find, but still powerful enough to cause serious local damage. Each unexplained explosion, each near miss, is a reminder that Earth is not isolated. We live in a constantly moving system. Our planet orbits the sun alongside countless other objects, most of which we will never see. Meteors streak through the night. Tiny grains of dust burn up as shooting stars, and once in a while, a bigger one shows up and makes its presence known. Beyond all the data and charts, there's something strangely poetic about what happened over the Bering Sea. A small, invisible object traveled through space for who knows how long, entered our atmosphere, burned brighter than almost anything else in the sky for a few moments, released a massive burst of energy, and then left no trace. For a brief instant, in a remote corner of the world, the universe reminded us that we're part of a much larger story. A story we don't fully understand and maybe never will. So, what can we take away from the 2014 Bering Sea explosion? It's a lesson in humility. It shows us that even with satellites, telescopes, and advanced monitoring systems, there are still things out there we don't see coming. It's a warning that the universe is vast, mysterious, and sometimes dangerous. And it's proof that our picture of space is still incomplete. There are surprises waiting out there, and some of them are headed our way without us knowing. Maybe the next mysterious object will burn up harmlessly over an ocean, just like this one. Or maybe it will arrive over a city, bringing real consequences. We don't know. What we do know is that events like this push scientists to keep improving our detection systems, to better map the rocks and ice that share our orbit, and to understand the risks we face as a planet. So, what do you think it was? A tiny asteroid? a fragment of a comet, or something even stranger that we haven't imagined yet? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the mysteries of the universe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, keep looking up, because the universe has a way of surprising us when we least expect it.